I came out with invisible techniques in 1986. I wanted to show people the light of God and the divine light within each of us. And as everything, when you come up with something new, people would laugh to say, what are you talking about, invisible techniques? You know, how can it be invisible? It took me 3 years of heavy research and in my studio to come out with these techniques. And it's the same painting under different lighting. And I patented this in 1986. And it's been proven by several scientists that the emanation and vibrations are very high. So when you have high vibration, what it does to the body, even though if we're not aware of it, it calms the body, it puts us in balance, and that's one of the powers of the arts, when you're really connected to higher level dimensions where the soul is coming in to create. Because you also have very low vibrational level of arts that affect our bodies. So we need to be careful, you know, which we're gonna choose. So this is a small PowerPoint presentation where I'm gonna take you through different parts of creativity, what they are, how they are gonna help us in these times of changes. We're coming into a new era, and the new era is very high vibrations. And sometimes we wonder, how can I live in this era? How can I raise my own vibrations to a higher level? And one of the things that really helps you is doing creativity, creating powerful things like positive thinking and expanding your limiting thoughts, the beliefs. So that's something that's gonna really help us be part of this new era and adapt to those higher vibrations that we have. If we are in anger, if we are stuck in low vibrations, we're gonna do a short circuit with the universe. And that's exactly what we don't want. To understand that we are the ones that are creating our reality, in the sense of, if I'm thinking low, not only am I attracting low, but I'm doing a short circuit with the universe. So as we open what I call the Pandora's box, we open infinite possibilities. Creativity within each of us is an amazing force that takes us to other levels of creation. As we understand that everything is energy, thoughts are energy, the word is energy, the bodies are energy, we have many dimensions of energy, and everything is atoms. And I always say to people, a piece of art is not dead matter. It's atoms within the canvas that are vibrating. Have you ever thought about this? I have a piece of art in my house, and it's really not inert. It's really vibrating and sending me messages. Now, did I bring into my house something that cheers me up? Or did I bring into my house something that has low vibration, and without me knowing, it's connecting me to that low? I always say to people, be careful to what colors you use in your home. Be careful what paintings you bring into your home, because they're affecting you. They're affecting your emotions. They're affecting your family, even in an office. You know, we don't realize. And there's very famous paintings that are amazing, and, you know, but they were done under very low emotional moments. And the moment that happens, our own psyche picks up that negativity, and we get that as a virus. It's contagious. So I always say to people, have you had a moment of inspiration? Who here, let me know who has had a moment of inspiration in your lives? Most. Everybody. That moment, if you realize, you did like, right? It was like an aha moment. But that second of inspiration, you did an inspiration. I breathe in. Inspiration means to inspire, in spirit. It's a moment that connects us right away to be in contact with spirit. That's the moment that we want to create for our lives, to be in that inspirational. When a baby is born, we inspire. When somebody dies, we expire. There's no more inspiration. So to live our lives under moments of inspiration, it's up to us to look for them. And the creative forces are not something that are going to happen just because. You need to stimulate these creative forces. Personality develops, but creative forces, if they're not stimulated, we just don't advance on them. And they are part of our right brain. So all the arts are manifestation of our own creative forces. What we're doing when we're singing, what we're doing when we're dancing, painting, what we're using is our inner child, and the creative forces are moving that inner child. And that is the door that enters the spirit. The left brain is usually on the thought process, on the matter, on the ego side. The right brain connects directly to the soul. I'm always amazed, to see how much artists have been creating and talking to us. And if you see the painting, it talks to you without words. There's a silent language that happens through the arts that goes from one heart to another. And it has no boundaries. Human beings connect to that silent language through that power of the arts. Since the year 2000, I've been giving proposals at the UN. I'm representing the International Association of Educators for World Peace. And one of the things I've been doing is giving the proposal to use the arts and creative forces as a tool for world peace. Now, here we go. How can art heal? And a lot of you are therapists here, and you know that the power of the art does heal. I've done a lot of workshops, and there's an amazing way to find negativity within the body through the arts. When you're drawing, when you're singing, it comes out. I always say to people, when we are creating, there's no space for a war. You're happy, you're in peace. Nobody comes in at that point, they can't reach us. Why? Because two vibrations cannot be together at the same time. War is here, peace is here. Two of them cannot exist at the same time within our minds, our bodies, our vibration. So when we hire ourselves to be here, we can be in peace. And world peace is about each of us reaching that state. So as you see here, you have the right brain that talks about the art, that has the creative forces, and what it does, the colors vibrate directly to the right brain, and they do healing directly through the right brain. The right brain is our gate to freedom. The right brain is our gate to the spirit world. And that's the one we want to activate constantly. If you can sing and dance or whatever you want and you love to do within the arts, do it as much as you can, because you're nourishing that inner child, you're nourishing those creative forces. So here we go. We need to raise our energy vibrations to be part of a new era. There is no way we can live in the time of changes, staying the way we were. Because Let's put it in a radio. If we were in AM, we need to raise to FM because the universe is talking FM nowadays. The language of the universe is in a very high vibration. Mother Earth has raised its own vibrations as well. This is not only something that's done to us. We are entities within an entity. We are beings within a planet. And everything affects the whole. And we affect the whole as well. If a person is dying somewhere, if a person is suffering somewhere in the planet, that suffering is affecting us. We don't know it. We don't tap to it, but it's in the air, it's in the fields. And we are taking part of that energy into us without knowing. Have you ever thought when you wake up and you say, why do I feel depressed today? I feel depressed. Why? Sometimes it's not even my own depression or my own thoughts. It's because I'm picking up as an antenna depressive thoughts that are in the fields, in the energy fields, and I'm picking them up. When Princess died, all the world was moved. We didn't know her, yet we had the same pain as everybody. And we were all connected to a field, which are dimensions that Dr. Sheldrake calls, the matrix of the energy. So it's very important that we understand that the more control and power we have under our own lives, the less we are navigating, without the boat out there. Because if we don't take our own power, others will. And we usually give in our power very, very easily. So this is where I've been for more than 20 years, the invisible world. And it's an amazing thing. I can tell you that the hours that I've spent in the invisible world through my art, I have detected so many dimensions, so many entities, and it's a whole spectrum. The invisible is outside of the violet color. We have from red to violet. The violet color is where the new era is now. The new era, the color for Aquarius time is violet. Pisces time was blue, male, thought. Aquarius is freedom, Renaissance, the arts. We have planets that are very similar to the Renaissance time. That's why we're seeing in many places the new Renaissance. I'm sure they're using this word again, the Renaissance. The Renaissance time was with the planet Aquarius. So there's no coincidences. Arts will bring back the hope and faith that humanity needs, which is why? Because we will raise ourselves to another level of being who we truly are, and the artist within us, that inner child, has to be awakened. See, a lot of times we don't think about what really a color is. And colors are manifesting everything in life. They're a silent language, as sounds are. There's two languages in the universe, colors and sounds. And they're all affecting us. But not only they're in the universe, I myself and you're transmitting colors and you're transmitting sounds. We each have a footprint of a certain code we're transmitting to others. You come into a room and right away people detect you. What are they detecting? The energy you're emanating. And as you know nowadays, because of the Kirlian camera, you know that we have colors, we have an energy body. And that energy body that they call aura is talking and telling people who I am. I don't have to tell you I'm depressed, you will feel it. I don't have to tell you I'm happy, you will feel it. The only thing is that we have to learn to tune into intuition. That's one of the forces we have and one of the gifts that we have not awakened. The stress of the daily lives do not let us get in touch with that intuition. Look at the elephants in the tsunami. They were the first ones to run to the mountains. I have a picture of people taking a photograph of the huge wave coming. Where are we? There's a huge wave coming and we're taking a picture of it. Obviously, they died. So where is our intuition? Is that how we're gonna move ourselves through the new era? Like lambs? Or really like entities of human beings taking control that I'm sending you messages of love through my radiation. I don't need words. Now, colors are affecting us if we want it or not. Have you thought certain mornings why you wake up and you say, I want to use black. No, I want to use red. No, I want to use blue. The universe is sending every day a certain signal with a certain color that has a certain code within it. It's not only the color, it's the whole code that's embedded in the color. Colors have octaves. You have lower and higher, and I've discovered all this by working with the invisible techniques. You have the lower octave of the red, which is anger and war. And you have the higher octave of the red, which is love. So what does that show us? That within the same color, we have the healing strength to rise above it and from war go to love. And again, both cannot be at the same. Either I locate myself here in anger, or I locate myself here. I cannot be halfway. Energetically, I can't. So I'm here or I'm here. You decide. Do I want to stay in anger? Or do I want to raise myself, raise my vibration to be in love? And that's the beauty of understanding that we're energy bodies and that we're transmitting colors. Each color has its own code, octave, silent language. And that's what we have to learn to say in silence, through our actions, through our thoughts. Even if I'm thinking, bad about somebody, not only am I affecting me, but I'm affecting my physical body, as you know, and I'm affecting my energy body, and I'm affecting yours and yours. And it's viral. And once you start a negative thought, it becomes like a virus. One creates the other. Think about it. When you're in a low, I'm depressed, I'm angry, and then the horse starts just jumping by itself. I'm angry to him because he did this and this and this and this. Yes, this is not fair. And then the thoughts won't stop. It's a viral contamination. They won't stop because they're part of the ego. They're part of our system that is not attached to our inner child. They're part of a system that's attached to war and not to peace. So the moment you feel that, the moment you hear that, you have to turn around and say, I don't want to be in the anger. I want to raise myself up. I want to be in love. That's okay. That's what forgiveness is for. Forgiveness is not only to forgive the other, but to forgive ourselves. The venom is inside of the same snake. Now, how do you do the venom? The anti-venom from the same venom. So what does that mean? I raise myself above the same energy to another octave where I unite with everybody in a higher level. It's the only way for the new era. So again we go. Arts unite humanity. I love, and my whole proposal came from Einstein. Einstein used to say, a problem cannot be solved from a lower level where it was created. Well, so how do we solve war? From the same level? Never. What do we have to use, which is the octave that Einstein was talking about? When I raise myself one octave, it means I'm taking myself to my creative forces, to my inner child. I'm going to a higher vibration, that's the octave. And the only way to solve war to peace is taking one by one human being from a lower vibration to a higher vibration. That's the raise of the octave that Einstein was talking about. And the creative forces and the arts are a very instrumental tool for this. Yes, you have meditation and prayer that are also very, very instrumental, but the arts, just inspire people in seconds. So here I have one of my paintings. I want you to take a moment and meditate on it and let the painting talk to you. Hear yourself, hear your inner child. What is it telling you? What do you feel? Did the painting speak to you, or did your soul got that message from the painting and was awakened by it? That's why the arts are so important, because they awaken our soul and the recognition, what you're seeing. The Tibetan art, they have something that's amazing. One time I saw it in the Metropolitan Museum. Unfortunately, they don't do workshops with that, but I created a workshop about it. If I put an evil picture in front of you and I tell you, what do you see? And you start like, it's horrible, it's angry, it's devilish. Well, what you're seeing is what you contain. And that's how you can spot those dark energies within your own body. That's the beauty of doing a workshop with art and art therapy, because it's very quick, the recognition comes out, the dark spots of energy are, just surface in a second. So what I'm seeing in that horrible being, that's not who it is. I am the viewer. I am the perceiver. And I'm perceiving through my own lens of life. So that's why it's so important that we immerse ourselves more into the creativity and the arts.